And welcome back to the show. We got two for the price of one today. We want to welcome Caring Senior Services Dean White and from On the Men, Steve Vitalik. Thank you guys for joining us. Now, Caring Senior Services is the in-home services for seniors who aren't ready to go to a home, aren't ready to go to a care facility yet. But how do you work with Steve here? What's the partnership here?
Well, it's a beautiful partnership because, as you know, in our tagline, we want every senior to be healthy, happy, and at home. You know, our goal is to keep them healthy and in their own home as long as possible. Mm-hmm. So even though, Michael, some people do go into a facility, the very, very best, and people live longer and healthier when they're at their house. Mm-hmm. With that, they need some things to help come alongside of them. Sometimes it's a chair that can arch itself up so that somebody can get out of the chair and come back easily. Sometimes it's a modification to a bed or to a bathroom. Sometimes it's a grab rail or a grab bar. And when those things happen, I call Steve.
Steve, that's where you come in.
Yeah, so we're just so happy to be here and share a similar vision to Dean. And our mission is to also keep people safe, independent, and in their homes longer. So we carry a full range of medical equipment and also, to your point, do the home safety modifications as well.
Now, how did you get into this? I mean, this is kind of a niche world, you know. How did you get into this? What brought you to it?
Yeah, so briefly, quick recap. On the Mend, we started in Connecticut. So the business has been going for about 9 years or so. Have a location in Connecticut, New York, and my brother was working there since they started. And about 4 years ago, we drove cross country and opened another location here in Huntington Beach. So just really cool and happy to be here and look forward to helping as many folks as we can.
On the side note, even though the office is in Huntington Beach, they do free deliveries to Laguna Woods.
There we go. I like the sound of that. And you guys carry like a range of things, right? I mean, kind of anything you would need in home to help seniors, live better, right?
Yeah, we have so many different products, and we live in the world of trying to find the newest, best equipment, whether it's a hospital bed, a lift chair, lightweight power wheelchairs or scooters, just constantly looking for new stuff that is going to help folks. And we're actually really lucky. We have a dedicated research and development person. She's based out of the East Coast location, but that is our sole job, is to find the latest, greatest stuff so that we can carry it and show people and hope we find solutions that are going to be right for everybody.
A couple of things that are just really important. Those walkers or the transport chairs, so easy. But there's such a wide variety. You want to talk to an expert to find out which one's best for your needs. And then the other thing is, people don't know what to think about it, is just the alarm for the bed. If mom or dad gets up, is there an alarm that goes off? And things like that are great things to ask Steve about.
Yeah. Now, Steve, when I was a kid, I'd go to Laguna Hills Mall. For folks who know the Laguna Hills Mall, it doesn't exist anymore. But and you'd see folks walking around with like these walkers with tennis balls on the end of them. They looked kind of like, didn't look like the greatest invention in the world.
Sure.
There's an evolution of these things in terms of what walkers can do, what wheelchairs can do now, these kinds of things. So are you always kind of looking for the one that best serves the community?
Yeah, I mean, we really like to take a personal approach to everyone that comes to us with a question, right? So there is no one size fits all, but to your point, yes, there have been a lot of advancements, whether it's, the materials used. So those older style walkers and rollators, they have carbon fiber versions that are just as strong and half the weight. So, just shaving off that 5-10 pounds might make the difference of someone being able to pick that up and put it into the car themselves.
Right, that's exactly what I was thinking about. Their helper, whoever's doing that, just makes it so much easier, their spouse, whatever it might be.
Yeah, and walkers and rollators, we see a big thing is lightweight power mobility. So it's incredible what they've done with carbon fiber, super strong, very lightweight material, and lithium batteries, right? So you see electric cars, but we have the lightest power chair available. It's 29 pounds, gets 10 miles of range, power joystick. So yeah, just always trying to find the best.
Okay.
The last thing I just want to mention is, you want to talk about just how they can rent?
Oh yeah, so we carry a lot of stuff, and we also provide rentals. So
kind of a test drive. Maybe you don't want to buy yet, or maybe it's something you just need temporarily.
Exactly. Someone that has a surgery, we rent really nice reclining lift chairs, the one that tilts you to stand up. So do a lot of lift chair rentals, hospital beds, power mobility devices, pretty much anything that we're able to rent. Bathroom and toileting is the one thing we don't rent, but pretty much any of the other equipment we do. So feel free to call us, and we kind of have a standing offer there to apply the first month rent to the purchase if you decide, you know what, I like this, I want to put my rental towards a buyout, you have that option.
Okay, well, there you go. Dean, let's talk about Caring Senior Service real quick here.
Sure.
This is the holidays.
Yes.
And this is the time of year when parents and folks get together, and maybe you see a need that mom and dad have that you didn't realize they had last year, and things are starting to change. What are some of the services that you can offer folks that, hey, I think mom and dad might need some in-home help for X, Y, or Z? What are some of the things your helpers do?
Yeah, so it's a big things happen during the winter time. So we see a lot higher people are in need during the winter time. Also, we know this because of the holidays. There's a lot of people that get sick, and some people fall ill. And so by having a caregiver come alongside, we are able to extend somebody's health all the way around. Just companionship is big. But we've gone into some places and just helped decorate, and that makes somebody feel great. They just can't reach that box on the top shelf anymore. And then sometimes it's Christmas shopping. So mom or dad need to get out and go Christmas shopping, and so our caregivers will take them to the store, help them shop, or maybe they just give them a list, and that helps a lot with the family. Another big thing, though, is peace of mind.
Right.
What is mom or dad doing during the holidays? Because we live in a different state and we can't get to mom or dad on Christmas or Hanukkah or the holidays here. And so we have caregivers that are there that day and able to make a wonderful meal for them or bring one in and have a wonderful Christmas celebration for them.
And they also get like updates for their kids and that kind of thing? Hey, your mom and dad are doing great, or grandma's doing whatever, and that kind of thing, so they kind of know what's going on, that peace of mind?
Yeah, 100%. So we have a notepad, and their caregiver writes throughout the day what the notes were for the client, and then they send them to the child of the client, and after the shift is over, so they know what mom and dad did that day. Also, sometimes there can be some concerns, like, can you please track mom's blood pressure or dad's blood pressure throughout the day? The doctor has been asking for those things. And so it becomes a really nice tally of what's going on with that person's health, and then a report back to the parents and family, I mean, that is. In fact, we had a family that was gone for 10 days to Europe, and when they got back, they said, Dean, it was so wonderful. Every day we got the notes, what happened with mom, and we were able to enjoy our time away because we knew mom was taken care of.
Yes, that kind of reduced anxiety all around of that feeling of, oh gosh, what if today's the day, if someone falls and that kind of thing, and that can really alleviate that stress.
100%. And at the same time, they're going to have their place picked up and cleaned, bathrooms set up, make sure they have food, and especially that they have their meds that day.
Is there I don't know if there's a breaking point. Is there a time when you say, okay, it's time to call, it's time to do something? What are some of the things that you see, like some of your clients say, hey, we got to this point where the dad's a fall risk or whatever it might be? What are some of the signs?
Yeah, some of the signs are forgetting meds, not eating correctly, and those are usually precursors to a fall. Now, a lot of times we get calls after the fall, and that's always more time, more expensive, more pain meds, all this stuff. Better to get somebody in there a little bit early, and just so that we get there and to watch over their meds, we can find out if there's a UTI or other things that a family member may not be comfortable to ask. But forgetting meds is a big one.
Yeah, forgetting that, and that can really lead to a spiral.
It truly is.
Especially if it's blood pressure medications or heart medications, things like that are just vital in their lives.
Yeah, very much so. Other things, I mean, we all forget something. At my age, I'm forgetting things all the time. But it's nice that somebody's able to start tracking those things. And we know that a lot of times with elderly, people start to repeat themselves. Or if they are an active person and they go outside of their residence on a regular basis, it's nice to know that a caregiver is there just to kind of watch where they go. Because somebody can get very lost and confused in these days.
And then when they're in there, those caretakers also can identify something like maybe on the men can provide, right? Hey, I think we need a walker here. I think we need a bar for the bathtub and those kinds of things, right?
Well, that's the first thing we do. I walk inside. I want to look for any loose rugs, but also I want to find out how do they get in and out of the bathroom, in and out off of the toilet. How do they get in and out of the shower? What are their walking paths? And On the Mend has this amazing one that goes to the ceiling, to the ground, and has all these different grab bars on it. And you can put it into your bathroom. You can help get out of the toilet as well as into the shower. And that's just one of the examples. So a little quick assessment. The assessment is always free, but I always love to recommend On the Mend because not only is their pricing great, but they also have free delivery to Laguna Woods.
Your bathroom will turn into a super helpful jungle gym. All right. Dean White from Caring Senior Service and Steve Ritalik from On the Mend. Thank you guys both for joining us. Happy holidays.
Happy
and
holidays.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Have a
Merry
great
Christmas.
Have a great time off. Thanks a
You
lot.
as well. Thank you.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.